Hello. Okay, awesome. So today's what, day 4 of this, right? All about mindset. So I want to just start off by saying, like, if you're new, you're probably going to be like, this is like a load of baloney, because anybody that starts this thinks this is a load of baloney, right? Because you're always taught work hard and you'll be rewarded, right? But nobody tells you how important mindset is. So especially in this business, it's 90% mindset, 10% skill. It doesn't really take that much skill for you to talk to somebody, right? But having the confidence and having that like reassurance that everything is going to be perfect and everything's going to go great is going to make a world of a difference in your business. So like I said, when I first started, I literally just had the worst mindset. I was super negative all the time. And I was playing like such a victim. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh my gosh, like this is happening to me. Poor me. Boo hoo. All these other people are successful. I just can't because of whatever reasons, give me the reason. I've used it. So, if you're going to give the reason, you don't have to, because I've already used it. Okay. And I get it. And it's totally fine to play victim, but you just have to realize, like, you're not the victim. You have full control over your entire life. You have full control over your entire business. And this doesn't even go for just this business alone. It goes for your entire life. Stop playing victim, right? And take charge. Like, if you want to change something, go do it, right? It's that simple. Do it. So for 13 months in my business, I literally did zero self-development because like I didn't care, nor did I believe in it. And then one day something like magically snapped. Emily Worthing was like, do self-development. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do self-development. And when I started doing self-development, that's when my business started skyrocketing. So self-development, it could be training videos. It could be, motivational or inspirational videos on YouTube. It could be reading books, like self-development books. Go watch The Secret. Guys, if you are just starting, I highly suggest one on Netflix, watch The Secret. I highly recommend you guys listening to the book, You Are a Badass. It's free on YouTube. And You Are a Badass at Making Money. It's also on YouTube. Okay. Self-development, you don't have to pay for every single thing of self-development, right? There's so much on YouTube. My favorite YouTubers, Les Brown, Tony Robbins, Mel Robbins, there's so many people. And the more that you guys are going to explore self-development, the more people that you're going to find that you relate to. Gary Vee, I love him. He's just so brutally honest, and he just like cusses at you nonstop, telling you like get your, crap together. And so, Carrie Young did a Zoom one time, and she said, your paycheck will never exceed your mindset. So if your mindset is, to only be making $500 a month, that's all you're going to make, right? You can't make $1 million if you don't have $1 million mindset, and, if you listen to any self-development book, they always like go into, people who win the lottery, right? They lose it right away because they don't know how to control all that money, right? Because they're not built to have all that money. They don't have the brainstem to have all that money. So you guys, like, self-development is like the most important thing you could ever possibly do for yourself in life and in this business. So brand new, your first week, you should be done with The Secret. Your second week, you should already be done with You Are a Badass. The third week, you should be done with You Are a Badass at Making Money. Listen to it on your way to school. Listen to it when on your way to work. Listen to it when you're getting ready. Listen to it when you're in the shower. There are plenty of times in your day where you can go ahead and listen to it. So, like for me personally, like instead of listening to music when I'm driving, I listen to self-development. When I like go on vacation and I'm flying, I listen to self-development. When I'm sitting at home, like I'm not binge watching Netflix shows, I'm watching Zooms, or I'm watching something on YouTube, something that's going to grow my business, because that's important to me. You know what I'm saying? And you have to find an importance as to why you're doing this. So like I said, you guys, self-development is like so key, but I'll let you guys like take over now. I'm getting like super fired up because I'll save like my last comment for last. So whoever wants to go.
Sorry, you want to go? Yeah. So I think my biggest thing was definitely I didn't think self-development was important when I started. I was like, okay, self-development, like whatever. I'll just like think about it, like, ooh, bad mindset. Like it was like really dumb. And then I realized like, no, that's like actually what's going to kill you, because you're just going to like like sit on the bad things. I'm just gonna like seep and like that's not gonna be great. So honestly, like what I've learned to like just like write down what's frustrating you, whatever, get it out, and then like rip it up and throw it away. Just like be done with it. Like the second you let go of everything that's like affecting your mind, your whole business is gonna change. And I really like think my business boomed when I started reading You Are a Badass. I'm usually like not a huge reader, and then when I started reading that book, I was like, oh my God, like all this stuff makes sense. Like I can do this, like, you know. So I think that was definitely the biggest thing. And I definitely think like the month I started manifesting, that like changed my whole business. Like if you wake up and like watch a manifest YouTube video, just like listen to it, like do it, you know, while you're still in bed, while you're still waking up, like it literally will change your whole mindset. Like you know, you pick an intention for the day, and that's like what you're going to do. Like the days I don't do it are the days I struggle and the days that I'm like lost. So I definitely think doing that, or even like writing down your goals for the day and just like thinking about them and constantly saying them. Like if you know what you want, you can get what you want. Like it's just like really that simple. Like if you know what you want, again, it's like not that hard. It's not that much skill. Like you have everything you need skill wise. You have to believe in yourself. And I think that's like, once I started doing that, and once I started believing in myself, I like my diamond paycheck went up. I had been diamond for 2 months, and then I lost it, and I was ruby, which isn't, you know, still making money, but it's not the money I wanted to be making. And once I had that mindset switch, I started making even more money as a diamond. I was making my fast starts. I was enrolling more customers. I was enrolling more DTs. And like, that's when I really like realized that like, it's your mind.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And it's like, it's so true. And it's actually crazy how true it is. And I love that you even brought up manifesting. I don't know why I forgot that. That's like one huge thing that I'm like always preaching, right? If you guys don't know what video we're talking about, just like text your upline. They'll tell you. But it's an amazing video, and I love that you said working with intention, because, you know, I'll actually bring this up again later, but when you're not working with intention, like you don't really have a goal, and then you're gonna be like, well, why didn't I get anything accomplished? Well, what was your goal? Well, I don't know. And it's like, okay, well, you didn't have a goal. Obviously, you're not gonna accomplish anything. Like you have nothing that you're striving for, you know? So I love that you brought that up. That's awesome. So true.
And also with goals too, like I think the biggest thing is like you have to have like, yes, your daily goals, but like at the beginning of the month, set your huge, like doesn't have to be a huge month goal, but I break my goals down. Like I like have my notebook here. I break it down into like different things I want to do for the month. So like whether it's hitting my promotion, whether it's what kind of paycheck I want, like I break it down into different categories. So like, you know, how many distributors I want, how many LCs I want, how many DTs, how much of a paycheck, who I want to help promote on my team, who I'm going to like, you know, all that kind of stuff. So it's like clear. And then it's like every day it's like, okay, today I want to cross this box off. How can I do that and like achieve my monthly goals? So it's like all in your minds, like what kind of goals you want to have.
I love that. Preach, honey. Jess, you want to go?
Yeah, sure. Sorry, losing train of thought. But yeah, so kind of like the same thing that Sasha and Tori have talked about, like speaking positivity into your business is really huge. And speaking from like personal experience, when I first started, like my mindset, and I was like a super like negative Nelly when I started. And I like didn't like fully believe that this business could work. You know what I mean? Like I was just so nervous and so wrapped up in that fear of failing that like I let it get to me in the beginning. And yeah, like I got customers, but I was still like kind of like unsure, you know? And then all of a sudden one day, like it kind of hit me like 2 months in, I went to our company conference, which I paid for with Fast Starts. And I went and I didn't like, I was like, wow, I'm surrounded by all of these different people. Right. And they all think this like thing is so amazing, but I hadn't had that moment where it clicked with me yet. And I kind of had like a stick up my butt. And like and Sash and a couple people can also speak to this, that like they literally asked me, they're like, hey, like, so would you ever consider doing this full time? And I literally laughed in their face and said, no, this isn't the job, like a full-time job. Like, you know, like I treated it as a joke, and that's how my mindset was. But when I was treating it like that way, like I wasn't as successful as I am now. Like it was so weird. But after that conference, like I left there and something clicked in me, and I started being a mass enroller, and my business boomed. I literally went from Ruby, I charted Emerald and Diamond that next month, and then started being like enrolling like crazy customers and DTs all on my own, gaining followers because I was easily putting in the work every day. And for those of you who don't know me personally, like I was working 40 plus hours a week, commuting 2 hours daily to a job, and also went to the gym an hour and a half a day every day. So I had zero time, but I still woke up early, went to bed late, worked on my break, like worked before, like I self-developed in the car to and from work. I would listen to audiobooks and motivational playlists on Spotify, and I got my mind right. I just fed myself with all this belief from other people, and then I became a believer. Not only in myself, but in the products. I started being consistent in trying the products, and my business just started changing rapidly for the better, right? And then I was able to reach all these goals and set higher ones and keep meeting them. And it was all because I was focusing on not only myself, but my business, people on my team's businesses, like encouraging them and working on, sorry, I had like the hiccups. And like, it was just like, was like a crazy ripple effect. Like it just, all this good stuff started happening. And it was because like, I just rerouted my mind and focused on all the positives and not the negatives. And so like everything we're talking about, like it's so true. And I started as a non-believer, and that definitely changed.
That, and especially what you said about you were taking people's like good energy and people believing. And it's funny, I remember when you were like, yeah, I would never do this full time, and I was like, okay, all right.
Yeah,
and then,
I'm kind of a jerk.
No, it was funny. You didn't say it in a rude way. You never said it in a rude way, but I just remember like, okay. And then when you told me, you're like, I think I'm gonna quit, and I was like, yay, I knew she would love this. I was so pumped.
And then you guys both got me on the train for full time too.
Yeah, it's like such a good time, and it's crazy. You know, anybody that ever starts this never thinks that. Like, did I ever think I was gonna do this full time? No, never. Right? But you do start feeding into people's energy. You know, like I remember I just kept watching Dan Cassie and doing all these amazing things. I was like, I want to do just that shit, you know? But when you talked about you were feeding in like people's energy, and that's how, you know, you started believing in yourself. You know, they always talk about that you're the average of the 5 people that you hang around with. So if the people that you're hanging around with are constantly just like bringing you down and just being negative and not supporting your dreams, like you gotta let those people go. You know, and I'm not even saying in a rude way, you know, you gotta, you know, it's your life. Like, are you really gonna spend it making everybody else happy while making yourself miserable? Like, is that what you're gonna do? And, you know, for me personally, like, if I couldn't surround myself, because when I first started this, like, I didn't have people supporting me. Like, my best friend was making fun of me. My like gymnastics team hated me. Like, it was just like this huge ordeal when I started, right? So I like didn't really have that much support. And even when I like finally decided to start doing self-development, like of course I had like my best friends through It Works, but I wanted to surround myself with more. So I was reading a lot. You know, I was listening to Les Brown all the time. I was listening to Gary Vee all the time. And I was taking everything that they were saying, right? Because I would love to be like one of them, right? I would love to be that inspiring. I would love to be that motivating. I would love to be that positive. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what like you really have to focus on. It's just like you said, you just gotta better yourself. Okay, so this is what I really wanted to talk about, and I think it's just like so good. This does have to do with mindset, but it has more to do with like this business aspect. So me and Lindsay were talking about this today, and she said she was having an aha moment with it, and like I just like loved it. So I hope I can reiterate it in like the same way without like being confusing, right? So, okay, so we work this business, right? And this is going to be talking all about consistency and then being upset if nothing happens, okay? So like what we see a lot in this business and what you're going to notice a lot in this business, maybe even notice it in yourself, because like, you know, sometimes I notice it in myself too. So you'll go ahead and you'll work really, really hard for like a week, right? You'll have a positive mindset. You'll be self-developing all the time. You'll just be super pumped up. And everything is just gonna, you know, not come to you. But you're like, but I'm so excited. I'm so pumped up. I'm doing so much self-development. Like I'm doing all the things you told me to do. I'm messaging so many people. I'm posting on my Insta story, following up. I'm doing all these amazing things. Nothing's happening. You know what? I'm going to take a day off because I'm pissed. That's what you're going to do, right? Then you take off the day you're pissed. You don't enroll at all. And you're like, but why didn't I enroll? And then you get more mad that you didn't enroll. So then you don't do anything again. And then you get into a bad mood. And then you get into a bad mindset. And it's a big spiral effect, right? It's a really nasty spiral effect of you were like, oh, but I was working so hard for, 7 days. But, since that didn't like pay off, I'm just not going to focus on that, right? And it's putting this business on the back burner when things aren't going your way, okay? Realize this is a business, okay? It's going to go like this all the time. Any business, it's always going to do that, right? But you got to look at yourself and you better be like, I'd rather bet on myself and make sure that I hustle and make this business work, right? So you can't put this business on the back burner when things aren't going your way, okay? When things aren't going your way, that's the time that you should be working very hardest. That's when you should be pushing. If you're hitting a point in your business where you're like, oh my gosh, like I'm doing everything I possibly can. One, I can tell you're already having a desperate mindset. Don't have a desperate mindset, right? Two, as soon as that starts happening, you have to realize like you almost like have to be like passive over things like not going your way, right? Because the more you focus on things not going your way, the more that's going to happen, right? And you also can't be working for 7 days and then expect like millions and millions and millions of dollars, right? So do you think Stephanie and Joel Dunn, just worked for a week and now they're the number one income earners? Or do you think they pushed through those like tough times, those tough seasons, got through it, and they still hit those tough seasons? And I know for a fact that they do. You know what I'm saying? Like every single person is going to go like this, right? But the people that are going to go at the top are going to be the ones that push through it, right? They're going to be the ones that push through it. They're not going to be the ones putting it on the back burner. And they're not going to be the ones, that are just going to like sit there and come up with excuses. They're just going to push through it. They're just going to keep going and they're going to keep going and they're going to keep going. They're going to be like, okay, my mindset's not the best. Let me fix that. I'm not signing a lot of this. Maybe if I could tweak this a little bit, right? They're problem solvers. You're a problem solver. Solve your problem. Whether it's the amount of people that you're talking to, who you're talking to, how you're talking to them. You know what I'm saying? Like how you're posting, what you're posting, everything. Be a problem solver. If something's not working for you, you better go out there and fix it instead of putting this on the back burner and being like, it's not working. What do you mean it's not working? It's not working or you're not working. Two different things, right? So, but it was just so crazy. She was like, because she called me this morning and we were talking about it. She was like, I wish everybody was on my mind when I was like thinking this right now. I was like, no, like I totally get it because like sometimes I catch myself doing that too. Like, God, I'm working so hard, nothing's happening. And it's like, dude, like chill. Like it'll catch up to you. You know what I'm saying? Same thing as when enrollments are coming super easy to you. That is not a time for you to stop doing things, right? Because this business is in a 3-month lapse, right? So everything you were doing 3 months ago, it's getting paid off now. You know what I'm saying? It's like a 3-month, whatever. So when your business is going amazing, you should be working. When your business is going okay, you should be working. When your business is like, you should be working harder, right? It's just a constant flow of consistent work, right? Not consistent like mind work, consistent actual work, okay? And that is also super important because, you can sit there and say all day long, like, oh my God, I've been working so hard. And then if I'm like, okay, but like, what work have you put in? Well, I like did this. Is that like the only thing you could have done or could you have done more? You know what I'm saying? Like you just always have to go to bed knowing that you have done every single gosh darn thing possible you could have ever done, right? There's a really good video. I shared it with you guys by Eric Worre. You know which one I'm talking about? The one where he's like talking about network marketing, and he's like, I should be just sitting here cheering you on, but I'm feeling like I'm doing you a disservice. You know that video that I'm talking about? That is where he's like, are you actually putting in the work? Or are you saying you're putting in the work? He goes, I bet you if I sat next to you, your sales would be through the roof because you would be doing more than you're doing right now. But it's like such a good video. We should attach it to this video below. That'll be really good. But yeah, I just like love that she said that because like I've caught myself doing that sometimes too. I just get like so carried away with like what's not happening, and you can't get carried away with what's not happening. Stop thinking about it. Why don't you focus on what you want? Okay. And have that gratefulness mindset, have that thankful mindset. Gosh, thank goodness that person didn't order. They're going to order soon, or they're going to order at like the perfect time. Thank goodness people are ordering now because you want to know what? They're going to be flooding in later. Okay. Like, you thank goodness that all these people are coming to me. I know it. Thank goodness I'm going through all these no's because I'm just going to be harvesting all these yeses soon. And when you start being in that mindset, being thankful, being grateful, all these people are just going to start coming to you. And I can't express that enough because it happens every single time. And a thankful thought is like a million times more powerful, or a positive thought is like a million times more powerful than a negative thought. So if, you're constantly going to be thinking negative and negative things are happening to you, wouldn't you want to think positive thoughts so then positive things would happen to you if they're that much stronger? If you're constantly being like, oh, I'm broke, why don't you be like, I'm rich, right? And just keep thinking that, like, I'm rich. I'm rich in this, I'm rich in that, I'm rich in this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have the most amazing life. I get to travel all the time. Start talking about that. Start putting that in existence. Every single time you have a negative thought, like, throw it away and have a positive thought instead, because that is powerful. That is going to change your life. That's going to get you hyped up, right? I'm just like so fired up. But I'm super hyped because, mindset is like everything. And, like we have such an abundant life to live. Like, live it. Like, accept it. Like, guys, it's so easy to be a victim. It is so easy for you to sit there and dwell on your problems. Stop dwelling on your problems. Go out there and fix it. Fixing it is not hard. Put in that work. You know what's hard? Sitting in your bed crying when things aren't going your way. That's hard. Like, I remember, when I first started this business and, I was still maxing out my credit card. I still couldn't afford gas. I was petrified my car was breaking down. When I joined, the day I joined, I was in my bed crying and I was playing victim. That the first day that I joined, September 15th of 2016. I'm pretty sure that's the day, or 15. September 17th of 15. That's when I joined. I came home. This was after ignoring Nate for 3 months. This is after watching her, mocking her, and like just being so nasty. Being like, oh my God, she's fired a scam. Oh my God. Always, right? But meanwhile, I am broke. I am miserable. I am sad. I am just everything that I don't want to be, right? I come home, I start crying, I'm in my bed, I'm like, I don't deserve this. Like, I deserve more. It's not fair. Like, why is this happening to me? Like, because did I take the leap of faith 3 months ago when I should have? No, I didn't. But for those 3 months, what I did, I played victim. Like, boo-hoo, poor me, I'm broke. But like, I wasn't doing anything about it, right? And trust me, it's so much easier to get sympathy when things aren't going your way. You know what I mean? Like, Adam would come home and I'd be like, hey, it's not going my way. And he'd be like, no, it's okay. I love you. It's like, okay. Right? Like, it's fun, right? But you want to know what's more fun? Paying off all your debt, right? Being able to pay off your parents' debt, living however you want to live, doing whatever you want to do, vacationing whenever you want to, not having to take off time like 6 months in advance for you to do it, right? It's fun for you to be sick and be able to be sick at home, okay? Doing whatever you want. That is fun, okay? That is much more rewarding than feeling bad for yourself. I just got so fired up. I need to calm down right now. I'll let you guys talk because I just need to chill out.
I just want to make a comment when you're saying like you know, it's easier to receive like sympathy and like comfort from others than to just do anything to fix it. Like, it's so true. So like in life, people always looking to take the easy way out. Well, if you're looking for an easier way for life, put in the basics and your life will slowly become easier. Even if you have like a crazy schedule, you think you can't do this, like you can. The only thing that's stopping you is your mindset. There is nothing that is actually saying you're not going to be successful but you. Yeah, there might be people out there that are like, oh, it doesn't work, or you're not going to be successful. That's an opinion. That is not a fact. Do not let people take you down. When I started, my friends messaged me and they're like, are you having a midlife crisis at 22? I had friends unfriend me, block me. My best friends from middle school, 8 months into this business, I was quitting my full-time job at the animal hospital, and they called me a joke, a liar, and a scam. But they were still broke, unhealthy, and miserable at their jobs. And here's me, happy for once in my life, healthy, rocking my biz, making money from my phone, and quitting my full-time job to work full-time from my cell phone. I'm going to be a stay-at-home mom at 23 years old and spend all day with my cat or go travel whenever I want. They don't get to do that. They have to ask off of work. They drive in traffic every day. I don't have to do that. Praise goodness gracious God, because I hate driving because I was in an accident. They have to do all of that, and they're miserable, and that's all they talk about is how miserable they are. Well, I don't want to focus on all the negatives of our lives anymore. So I grew out of those relationships. I didn't want to associate myself with them anymore because I'm like, you're negative Nancy's, and I'm a positive Polly. I don't even know what I just said, but I'm a positive person, and I'm going to stay that way, right? I'm going to surround myself with positive individuals and keep my eye on the prize. And that was diamond. And now the goal is double and triple and presidential, ambassador, black diamond. Like, there is nothing in my way stopping me from going up in this business. Just like there's nothing stopping you doing the exact same thing. The only thing that's in your way is yourself. And once you realize that and get over it, you're going to be successful.
I love that. Black Diamond, I can't wait. I'm so excited. This made me
All the way.
I loved it. No, it's so true. Like, you could do anything and everything. I think this was like so good, no? Right? I'm like so fired up. I'm like ready.
Dude, I could like be going like this all night. Like, literally, this is my tough attitude. I'm like, let's go. Let me fight you. I'm ready.
Run like a million miles.
I'll fight you with positivity.
I'll fight you with positivity. No, it's so true. It's funny you say that. My best friend mocked me, and she said, she posted on Instagram, she's like, look at me, I'm a platinum diamond with it like the day I joined. Well, not the day I joined, it was like a month into it. Haven't talked since. Blocked me on all social media too. And she was my roommate like the entire time. So, you know, it's cool. But yeah, I'm like super pumped. I feel like this was so good. I can't wait till you post it. I'm like so excited. So you just get super hyped up watching it again.
So great.
Awesome. So let's finish enrolling, and I'm like super hyped. This will be posted in like, I'm guessing an hour, right?
Yeah, it depends on how long this video is, and then I have to download it to the computer and then download it to the tube, and the tube takes forever, so it's fine.
Funny. Well, I'm sure you'll get it done super quick because you're awesome.
Oh yeah, got this.
All right. Bye.
Bye.